Scalacci. Is ready. Just moving in there, mate. Raw Talent to the inside as the gates are closed. Sonic Express moves up. Street Ruffian in 2, Ali Shan coming in. King Marauding just arriving with Jack Pill and also Maritima. Street Ruffian's in. Ali Shan is ready. Printer's Choice going in. Wraparound is still on the move. Thank you, Graham. Getting set here for this real speed test. The Lightning Stakes over 1,000 metres. Time will be interesting on this fast track. The record stands at 55.5. And now they're getting set here for the race. Wraparound, the favourite, number 11 at 9-2. Under double figures, we have number 5, which is Final Card at 13-2. And then we go to number 13, which is Umatilla, 11-2. 13-2, number 14, Jack Pill. And 8-1, number 16, Scalacci, or Scalacci, will in commission. And they're moving in pretty well here. About 4 or 5 to move in inside. Runner Raw Talent. Standing up well, Street Ruffian. He's one down the straight. Ali Shan. Very good horse down the straight here. Printer's Choice has gone in. Rechabite is set. Waiting for Wraparound to come in. Draw next to Rechabite. Final Card to move up. Scalacci standing in well. King Marauding. Now he's 3 from the outside. The only 2-year-old in the race. Last 2-year-old to win was a very smart galloper in Desirable back in 1976. Only 3 2-year-olds have won the Lightning. Now waiting for Storaya. It was runner-up behind Shiver's Revenge here a fortnight ago over 1,400 metres. Redelva, the Evergreen. Now he's drawn second from the outside. Planet Ruler on the extreme outside. And line taking good shape. Well, the Lightning Stakes. There's Storaya moving in the centre. Standing up well is Maritima in 3. Umatilla not quite set. He's about to go in alongside Wraparound. Storaya set. Scalacci standing in well. The grey engaged. Final Card doesn't look to be ready as yet. And we're still waiting on a couple of them. King Marauding to move in. And Redelva. Planet Ruler will be on the extreme outside. Final Card. And also Redelva, which is to move in. Jack Pill is out there. He's 4 from the outside, Jack Pill. It'll be interesting to see where some of these horses drawn the outside go. I suppose some of them will head to that outside section of the track. Planet Ruler is the only one out with Redelva. They'll soon be ready for the Lightning. Redelva moves in. Race run under weight for age conditions. Planet Ruler coming up. And they're just about set to go on the Lightning. Planet Ruler still not quite set. Planet Ruler still inclined to back away. Raw Talent down on the inside, well behaved. Maritima, a host of speed in this. Final Card standing in well, Jack Pill. Now Planet Ruler's in and they're set. Ready to go. Soon have them on their way. Ready to run. Starter happy with them. Should go soon. Final Card. They're off now. And a Wraparound looked to jump out pretty well towards the centre. Raw Talent was away quickly on the inside, and Street Ruffian showing speed with Maritima. Printer's Choice began well. And Justin behind them going forward quickly as Noble Lancer, and they were followed by Final Card and King Marauding going very fast. They're all heading towards the flat side rail as they run down with about 700 metres left to go. Street Ruffian, one of the leaders here with Noble Lancer in the picture, is Maritima over on the inside. Raw Talent, and they were being followed by Scalacci. Final Card is next down the outside. King Marauding, they're followed by wrap around. And further back is Sonic Express, a long gap to Umatilla, followed by Sarah Fox and Jack Pill. Redelva's a long way back with Planet Ruler, 250 to go now. Here's Final Card and Scalacci. Scalacci's raced up to hit the front, coming down past the 200 and kicked away from Street Ruffian. Final Card finishing on King Marauding, and wrap around from a long way back, and Umatilla finishing very fast, but Scalacci's got it won. Scalacci goes to the line to win it well by a length and a half. Umatilla, wraparounds run third. Flying home for fourth is Staraya, Street Ruffian, Noble Lancer, then Rechabite, Jack Pill, King Marauding, Sonic Express, followed by Ellie Shan, Never in the Hunter, and well back in the field is Redelva, followed by Printer's Choice. A long way back then to Planet Ruler, Raw Talent, Maritima. Final Card, one of the tail enders in company with Sarah Fox.
It's Pepsi time, and
any hope of Britain coming back to win this year's Conquer the Arctic rests on their performance in the next few minutes. They must win this event to have any realistic chance of taking the title overall.
Patrick Winton is turning in a sterling performance, especially considering that he's never ice climbed before. Not as stylish perhaps as a French, but very nearly as effective and very much keeping the British hopes alive.
Come on, Rod!
Rose Hill Racecourse in Sydney live for race 6, the Satellite Stakes, a quality handicap and a very, very smart field. It's All Archie at 3 to 1. He's sharing favouritism with Friends Venture at odds of 7 to 2 and number 7 Red Shoes at 7 to 2. So we virtually have 3 equal favourites on the win tote at odds of 7 to 2. Now they're all in with the exception of Cloudlet, and in fact she is the only one out. The line looks just about intact. Cloudlet is the only one to move into the gates. Malcolm Fitzgerald is dismounted. He's standing up on the side of the stall. And Cloudlet is being led forward, light flashing on top as the starter Bill Dale comes over to release the field. And there's little between All Archie, Friends Venture and Red Shoes for favouritism on the tote, all around about 7 to 2. Some of the jockeys, as you can hear, are not quite ready yet and are letting the starter know that in no uncertain terms. A real cacophony. Starter onto his stand, has the button, all set now for the Satellite. Look good, ready to break. Stalls open, off and running, and there is a start and a half. A beauty. They came out almost as one. Autumn Dew bounced out in front of Pagan Jest, and Friends Venture's going to ping into the box seat. Red Shoes and Wonga's Joy prominent, followed by Jacob's Creek, and they've got Cloudlet very deep in the early stages. All Archie midfield, followed by Cavalier, Leke Dan, then Lancaster Square, Cashano well back, followed by Whiskey George and Last Generous Prince. Down the side now, 600 out. Pagan Jest just in front of Cloudlet, 2 lengths away. Friends Venture, followed by Jacob's Creek, Autumn Dew, and then Wonga's Joy and Red Shoes, hard ridden as they near the turn, followed by All Archie. Cashano held up behind a wall of horses turning the corner, and then Cavalier and Leke Dan. Straightening up, Pagan Jesters drifting out a bit. There's a rails run there for Friends Venture. Cloudlet on the outside, followed by All Archie, Jacob's Creek and Red Shoes wider out. Friends Venture burst up on the fence to hit the lead at the 200 mark. He's drawn clear. All Archie is trailing him through. Red Shoes on the outside is running home gamely. Friends Venture in front over Pagan Jest, who's coming again, and down the outside Red Shoes and Generous Prince, but Pagan Jest, after looking well beaten, looks to have just held on to win from Generous Prince, which has jumped out of the ground. There's not much in it. Red Shoes is close up with All Archie, and then Friends Venture, who stopped to a walk in the last 50 metres, followed by Whiskey George, Lancaster Square, then Jacob's Creek and Cloudlet Weekend, followed by Cashano, Cavalier, Leke Dan, and the last couple, Wonga's Joy and Autumn Dew. Oh boy, didn't that change complexion in the last 50 metres. And I'll tell you what, you would swear to the naked eye that Pagan Jest has won, number 11, but I've got a very healthy regard for this particular angle. The movable rail is out a fair way. Now watch Generous Prince. This is the one I'm worried about. Pagan Jest looks to have won without any doubt. That particular angle doesn't tell us a great deal. I'd have to go for Pagan Jest, which would give Kay Moses a double. And listen to the tote dividend, $55 and $11 if he gets it. Generous Prince is showing $16 and $4.30, and it looks like Red Shoes will be third, I think. Yes, Red Shoes will get third, number 7, and she'll pay an approximate place tote of $180. Here we go. 11.27 after that photo. Pagan Jest at any old price. Generous Prince has run second and Red Shoes third. The winner is going to pay $55 and $11. Generous Prince will pay $4.30 and Red Shoes will pay $1.80. In fact, there are the official totes, $55, $60 and $11.20. Now, stand by. We have highlights, more highlights coming up from the Winter Olympics. Now, something's happened to Malcolm.
Now, Elizabeth Arden.
Well, no doubt the short probably was a personal best for them, and I think with a strong performance here tonight, they can go out of here feeling really, really good about their efforts at this Olympiad.
Live for race 7, the Azalea Handicap. A big field here. The race is set aside for 4-year-olds and upwards who haven't won more than 2 city races. And a quick look at the fancied ones on the tote. Rough Rider, 7-2. Number 2, Strokes, 11-2. So I'll just check those again. Rough Rider is now 7-2. He's come in as I speak. 11-2 Strokes. Star Bazaar, 20. Iskander, 4-1. Binley Stars at 25-1 pop, and Seymour Moss is showing 16-1. Maxton Boy is at 10-1. Is Twirling coming up towards the gates ahead of Sun Gent, still 6 or 7 to move in. Now Monarch Prince, number 8, is at 11-2, well in commission. Down to Sun Gent, showing 70-1, 12-1 Twirling, and Nimmergy is at 15-1. Now Open Mind, number 12 at 70. Gentleman Red is at 60. Number 14, Pipaway, is at odds of 16-1. Nimmergy is trained by Kevin Robinson at Berry. He's now a 6-year-old. He's had plenty of ability right throughout his career, but he's been plagued with unsoundness, and that's, of course, the reason he's now in the stable of Kevin Robinson, who's nothing short of being a wizard with bad-legged horses. Nimmergy has had a couple of runs recently and finished 7th at Randwick last start behind Wandalga Prince. On his old form, he could well do something in a race like this. We'll watch him with interest. Now, the last few have moved in. Starters onto his stand, and they look good now. Iskander, the inside runner. They face well. Gates open, off and running. Jumped away in a nice even line, but Star Bazaar propped and went straight back to the tail of the field. Gentleman Red bounced out in front of Twirling and quickly into stride. Close down to the inside is Seymour Moss. Open Mind is going quickly in the early part, followed by Rough Rider. Nimmergy is rushing around the outside up towards the lead, and further back Sun Gent. At the head of the others, Maxton Boy, followed by Monarch Prince Iskander. Binley Star getting well back with Strokes, and Pipaway and Star Bazaar last. At the 1,000 mark, Gentleman Red the leader. Open Mind second, Twirling third. Nimmergy fourth on the outside. A length away Seymour Moss, followed by Maxton Boy, and then Rough Rider. About a length to Iskander. Further back Monarch Prince, trapped a bit deep on the outside of Sun Gent, followed well back then by Binley Star. Strokes on the outside, followed by Pipaway, and Star Bazaar last as they come down the side to the 600 mark. Gentleman Red and Open Mind are the 2 leaders. They're clear of Nimmergy, under a bit of pressure now in 3rd place on the outside of Twirling. Further back Maxton Boy flat to the boards. Rough Rider's got to make the turn about 5 deep. Then Seymour Moss, Iskander, followed by Sun Gent, and right off the track Monarch Prince. Into the straight, Open Mind and Gentleman Red, the 2 leaders. They're clear of Twirling. Rough Rider, hard ridden, is starting to wind up on the outside. He looks to have them covered, in fact. Rough Rider raced up to hit the lead from Gentleman Red. Open Mind, Strokes out of the ruck, is finishing on strongly, and then Sun Gent. Rough Rider's going up and down in the one spot. Strokes is after him quickly. Rough Rider joined by Strokes, who's coming home far the better in the last bit, and Strokes came away to beat Rough Rider and Sun Gent, followed by Gentleman Red. Then Iskander, Twirling, and Pipaway, Maxton Boy, Seymour Moss, Binley Star. Further back Open Mind, Monarch Prince, followed by Nimmergy, and Star Bazaar pulled up with the tail enders. He looked home for the world, Rough Rider, but he stopped very quickly in the last bit, and Strokes was able to pounce on him close to home. Strokes the winner. Grant Cooksley, number 2, to pay $6.80 and $2.60. Number 1, Rough Rider, to pay $2.10. And third, number 9, Sun Gent. Number 9, Sun Gent, a place dividend of $12. So the numbers should be 2, 1 and 9. And coming up, more highlights from the Winter Olympics.
Future of Better Loosener Up is up in the air tonight following his poor run in today's Blamey Stakes at Flemington. Australasia's highest stakes winner finished last in the 5-horse event. We pick up the race with Better Loosener Up struggling in the straight.
Now Shiva's Revenge pulled to the outside, starting to make some ground. At the 300, Shivano Miss a half in front of Dr. Grace. Better Loosen Up can't go on, and here's Shiva's Revenge starting to come down the outside. Shivano Miss in front. Shiva's Revenge with a storming run, and Dr. Grace in the middle. The mare fights back. Shivano Miss. Shiva's Revenge going home better. Shiva's Revenge. Great performance.
A fantastic run to the line by Shiva's Revenge, leaving Better Loosen Up struggling at the tail of the field. The margins were 3/4 of a length by a short half head. The first leg of the double was the Lightning Stakes.
Scalacci trying to get clear inside. Final card from King Marauding. Further back in the field, then wrap around under pressure for Melashan. Further back, Umatilla, followed by Sonic Express, and the others are struggling, headed by Jack Pill. Scalacci hit the front now from Final card. King Marauding further back in the field. It's Scalacci in front of Street Ruffian, Noble Answer. Then further back on the outside, Umatilla starting to storm home, but Scalacci's got a winning break, and Scalacci will win the money, a length and a half, Umatilla.
Scalacci, trained by Lee Friedman, produced a withering sprint to the line in his first run back from a spell to win in a time of 55.9. The second leg of the double was the Australian Guineas.
Jolly Old Mac hit the front of the 400-metre mark. Laredo tried to get out inside Naturalism. 2 lengths further back, Coolong Road at the 200. Jolly Old Mac a length in front. Laredo trying to get clear inside Naturalism, and they're followed by Ready to Explode, and Coolong Road can't go on. Jolly Old Mac in front. Naturalism, Laredo are trying hard. Jolly Old Mac a half in front. Naturalism stride by stride, wearing it down. Jolly Old Mac fights back ahead in front, and Jolly Old Mac.
Yes, a great fighting win by Jolly Old Mac, who equalled Beau Rogue's track record of 1:34 in his first run at 1,600 metres. Now let's check the doubles and quaddies. The extra double paid $190.30 for the numbers 4 and 7. You collected a daily double of $76.20 for 16 and 4. The quadrella paid a handsome dividend of $15,802.80 for the combination of 7, 3, 9 and 4. And you'd be happy with the quad extra of $25,602.10 for the numbers 16, 10, 4 and 9. And Pete, with the footy tonight, the golf tomorrow.
Looks dangerous enough for one. Champion galloper Better Loosen Up's future hangs in the balance tonight. The 6-year-old, struggling to come back after a serious leg injury, toiled in last place in today's Blamey Stakes at Flemington, and his autumn campaign is over. We'll know more in the next few days. The first event was won by Reba Diva. She's now unbeaten in 4 starts, was easy in the betting, but very impressive in the first of a treble for Darren Beedman. He was back in the winner's circle in race 2 when White Nav led all the way. Blinker's first time certainly straightening him out, and he scored impressively. Better Loosen Up has been to the top of the mountain. A Cox Plate, Japan Cup and Australian Cup, and $4.6 million in the bank, testimony to that. But his fighting courage hasn't been enough to hurdle this latest challenge of a badly bowed tendon. Bookies eased the Great Gelding to 13-4. On the turn, Better Loosen Up moved up to challenge, but there was little conviction in the way he finished off the race. However, a new weight for age star may well have emerged.
Shiva's Revenge is coming home. Shivano misled at the 200, a length and a half, Dr. Grace. And Shiva's Revenge is finishing hard on the outside, but Shivano Miss in front of Dr. Grace. Shiva's Revenge finishing hard. Shivano Miss in front, but Shiva's has got him. Shiva's raced up, and Shiva's Revenge won at a half a length. From Shivano Miss and a nose away third, Dr. Grace. Stylish Century is fourth, and last of the 5, Better Loosen Up.
Better Loosen Up was obviously feeling his injury in that final 200 metres, and out of form Stylish Century passing him again in the last bit. Great disappointment for his young trainer.
You know, it might be the end to him to the spring, it might be the end, you know, full stop, might be retired, but we won't announce that or know that for another couple of weeks.
It's feared Better Loosen Up has again strained his near fore tendon. He was noticeably scratchy on pulling up. But as one chapter in racing closes, a new and exciting star seems to have emerged in the shape of a maturing Shiva's Revenge. Shiva's Revenge started at even money favourite. Shivano Miss at 4s, showing great fight at the finish. The Tasmanian gelding, well timed, scored impressively in race 4.
It's well timed hitting the front from Temperate King, and then Zephyr-Elko Bay. Well timed in front of Temperate King with 100 to go, and then Zephyr-Elko Bay. Well timed is still the leader though. Princess Pushy with a late run, but well timed. Well timed was won it by a nick to Princess Pushy. Zephyr-Elko Bay a length and a half away third, and then Temperate King.
Well timed at 16 to 1 got the money. A fast finishing first up second from Princess Pushy and Eyecatcher. A wide betting lightning saw Umatilla end up 9 to 2 favourite.
250 out, and Scalacci raced up to Street Rapid and took the lead, and then Noble Lancer. Final card can't go on and wrap around trying to get into it, followed by King Marauding, but Scalacci well clear. Wrap around finishing well with Umatilla on the outside, but the brilliant Scalacci wins it a length and a half. Umatilla wrap around a neck away third.
It was only the 4th start for this very exciting grey, who ran fast time.
It's probably a big statement, but on what he's shown so far, the horse could be another Manikato. I mean, he's that good a horse.
Scalacci started at 7 to 1, Umatilla 9 to 2 favourite, and wrap around at 5 to 1. Stirring at 12 to 1 gave Sydney Hoop Darren Beedman his 3rd winner for the day. It was the 7-year-old's 13th Flemington start, his first win. So to the Guineas, Naturalism was the hot favourite, but caught wide all the way, with Jolly Old Mac having the box seat. Trainer John Sadler had been concerned the gelding had trained off this week, but there was plenty there when the pressure went on.
Jolly Old Mac the leader at the 200 though. A length and a half in front of Naturalism under pressure. Then Loranto. Jolly Old Mac still the leader by a length to Naturalism, who's lifting very well. Jolly Old Mac a half in front, answering the whip from Gauchi, and Jolly Old Mac's won it. Jolly Old Mac by a neck to Naturalism. Loranto's run third and then came ready to...
And it was one of Darren Gauchi's better wins there on Jolly Old Mac in the Group 1 event today. And Jolly Old Mac will now spell for a spring campaign. He equalled the course record set by Vo Rogue 4 years ago, running 1 minute 34. The final event, and this was victory for Alias Combabash, ridden by Brian Werner at 14 to 1 and paying nearly 20s on the tote. Conchana was heavily backed in the last event. Now the daily double for 16 and 4, $76.20. The extra 4 and 7 paid $190.30. The quadrilla 7394, not bad, nearly $16,000. The quad extra $25,000 plus for 16, 10, 4 and 9. And nobody picked the last 6 winners today, so an $89,000 carryover for Caulfield on Saturday. So that's all, Sue, but a big day tomorrow, and let's hope the Shark can get home.
Yes, we'll gear up for it. Thanks, okay. Greg. See you tomorrow.
Thanks,
and now to